guys, Khalid from Cricket Fanatics magazine here, and I'm live at the Wanderers for the semi-final between the Pretoria Capitals as well as the Paarl Royals. Now, you do know that I did a whole behind the scenes of Pretoria, and I gave you guys some insight into that particular ground, how they set up the stadium with all the advertising boards, etc. And it's the same teams that played in that particular game, and Pretoria Capitals completely dominated against the Paarl Royals in that particular match. But I did say that my assessment of it was batting first on that particular wicket. It was a good batting surface, particularly when the sun was baking. As soon as the sun set and the lights came on, it made it a very difficult contest for the people that had good spinners in their team. And we obviously know that the Pretoria Capitals do have some great spinners in their team, and they gave Paarl Royals a very difficult chance. But now we're at the semi-final. It's a different ball game completely. We've got them at the Wanderers. The Wanderers pitch was looking a little bit cracking in the middle. You could see that the pitch wasn't exactly the typical Wanderers wicket that we are used to. So I always knew that the Paarl Royals spinners and Lungin Gideon and Dile Pechlukwayo would always be at an advantage on this particular wicket. Now, Pretoria Capitals have been one of the most dominant batting lineups in the tournament, and they really were suppressed. 151 on the board in this particular game. So it's going to be all in the Paarl Royals' hands to get a victory and make themselves get to that final. It is quite a tricky one because, I mean, the Pretoria Capitals were number one on the log for the entire competition, etc. How's it? I'm joined here by, what's your name?
Good, thanks. I'm Sai.
Okay, awesome. I want to ask you a little bit about the vibe at the stadium. What is your thoughts on the SA20?
Yeah, it's really beautiful. Yeah, we're really enjoying the match. Yeah.
Where are you from?
I'm from India.
Hyderabad. Did you travel all the way to come watch?
No. I am basically from here. From which channel you are from?
And we're from Cricket Fanatics magazine.
Oh, okay, nice.
I want to ask you.
He's my friend. Maybe you can.
Hello. My name is Vijay.
Okay, how's it, bro? I want to ask you the comparison between like India's IPL. Obviously, there's a lot of the same owners, etc. But the comparison between the two, what has it been like for you?
Look, SA T20 is just born, so IPL was also like that. So I believe this is only start. It's going to grow as good as IPL. The quality of the cricket is very good, and the quality of the players, international. I would like to see some Indian cricketers, which is missing, but I won't see anything less. It is fantastic.
And
it is going to grow. That's all I can say.
That's all you can say. Okay, so what sort of things can you compare to the IPL and this? What is similar?
Look, the quality and the standards and the quality of the players. Yeah, and South Africa love cricket. So there's nothing less than India. As good as India.
Awesome.
Yeah, definitely.
Awesome. Thanks a lot.
Sure.
Awesome. Yeah, so I had a little couple of fans to come give me some insight into the SA20 and the comparisons between obviously the IPL and the SA20. It's good to know that some Indian fans are here and they gave me some insight into what they think it's like compared to the IPL. So we obviously only over here right now. I'm giving you the innings report. We will be back after the game where I'm going to bring two special guests on the show for the rest of our daily show to give you some insight into what we thought about the game itself. I'm also going to try to speak to some fans. Let's see what happens. But before we get going with all of this daily show, before we get going with this particular video, please subscribe to this channel. Click that notification bell for all future videos. Also subscribe to Cricket Fanatics magazine monthly. Every issue is 100% free, straight to your inbox every single month. The link is in the description. And if you want to help us grow and promote South African cricket in South Africa, as well as our company as well, then please get involved with a Patron account. The link is in the description. Let me see if I can get some fans to come chat with me. It's going to be some awesome content here at the first semi-final of the SA20. Hey guys, I'm live at the Wanderers for the semi-final between PC and PR, obviously Pretoria Capitals and the Paarl Royals. I'm here with
Phil.
How's it, Phil? So I want to ask you, how many games have you come to the Wanderers?
First one.
The first one.
No, but before, many years ago, always here.
So let's compare this type of cricket and the ambience over here at the stadium, the way it's run, compared to like domestic cricket and other games that you've seen before.
This is proper. This is what you guys have done here is really, really cool. I mean, it's the crowds in at the Wanderers is lekker. It's lekker.
Cool. So what I want to ask you over here is the standard of cricket. Do you feel that the standard of cricket is going to continuously improve in this tournament? As well as, do you think this can save South African cricket, seeing that we've been in a very dark time recently?
I believe so, yeah. I do reckon it's been well attended by everybody. It's been awesome. I think it can do well for the country and the cricket.
Yeah. Do you think it's a little bit weird to see the Pretoria Capitals to play at JSK in the semi-final?
Not at all. That's lekker. That's lekker. Yukskei River, it's cool.
Okay, cool.
Okay, take it easy. Hi, Mom. My mom's actually dead, though.
R.I.P. Hey guys, I'm here with.
Hi, Krenisha.
Cranial.
Awesome. So, how many games have you come to at the Wanderers?
This is the first one
Okay, really?
The first one.
For the semi-final.
for the
For the
semi-final.
Oh, that's excellent. So far, I mean, it was raining today. There was a possibility that it could have been called off. Some people were talking about it. So what do you think about the crowds over here and your first experience at the?
To be honest, I expected it to be a lot busier. There's a few empty stands, but I think the vibe is still great. Everything's there, so we're still gonna. Paarl Royals are gonna win. Yeah.
So you're a big Paarl Royals fan?
Yes, for Joss Butler. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So what did you think of Andile Pehlekwayo today? Because I mean, he got a lot of flack for not being picked up in the tournament ahead of time, and today he was spectacular with the ball.
Yes, yeah. I mean, look, some days are good, some days are bad, right? So we have to give them their credit where it's due. Yeah.
And how did you find out about this particular tournament? I mean, compared to other cricket that you maybe watched at the Wanderers, etc., how do you compare this tournament to that?
So I've been here only once for Test cricket, and that's quite boring. But because of the IPL and the adrenaline of the IPL, that's how I knew about the SA20. Yeah. Cool.
And any other players that you really excited to see?
You?
100 Nokia. Yeah.
Yeah. And David Miller.
Well
Yeah.
time.
Okay, where can people follow you and find you on social media?
Find me on @MissKaragram on Instagram.
Cranial KA on Instagram.
Awesome, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Hey guys, I'm standing here with.
Miriam.
Okay, awesome. So, Miriam, what do you think about the vibe at the Wanderers? How many games have you come to so far?
Oh well, this is my first game, and it's my first live cricket match in first time watching.
Are you a massive cricket fan?
I am. Yes.
So you've come to quite a few games at the Wanderers in general in cricket.
Yes.
Okay. How does this tournament compare to other tournaments that you've been to?
It looks good, but it looks a bit quiet also. I think the Pretoria fans were a bit less, but yeah.
But you think that the vibe is still good considering that there was supposed to be rain, so maybe some people didn't come for
Yeah,
weekday?
I think so. It could be that. Hey, yeah. But I really do hope Pretoria wins because they're at the top of the tournament, so they should go to the finals. And I want to see Pretoria with Joburg.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
Okay, just Sky Derby.
Yes, yes.
Where can people follow you on social media?
I have Instagram, I got Facebook, Snapchat, TikTok, everything.
So your account for this?
It's Miriam Ismail 25 on Instagram, and then on Facebook also it's Miriam Ismail, on TikTok also Miriam Ismail.
Thank you very much, Miriam.
Thank you.
Hey guys, I'm here with.
Missia.
Suhail.
Okay, awesome. So I see that you're a Paarl Royals fan. Okay. So tell me what you like the most about the Paarl Royals.
Joss Butler. Joss Butler for sure.
Yeah, this conditions obviously really suited your team obviously with the two spinners. What was your thoughts on Bjorn Fontein's performance, Andile Pehlekwayo as well, who was written off?
I was actually shocked at Pehlekwayo. I don't normally rate him as a bowler, but he did surprisingly well.
So I want to ask you, what is the vibe like? How many games have you come to the stadium so far?
Vibes are immaculate. I've come for 3 games. Honestly, I don't know anything about cricket. I'm just here for the vibe. It's been really nice, so fun.
And guys, as you can see the band walking past. That's awesome. Let us come to interrupt our interview. How did you find out about the SA20 tournament?
My friends, my family, everyone was just talking about it, so I just got interested, and because everyone was going, I was like, let me just join in.
So do you think that they did a good job with the marketing of this tournament?
Yeah, no, they did a great job with it. It's everywhere, all over my Instagram feed, like I'm always seeing it, so yeah, they did a great job.
And the standard of cricket for you?
It depends on the game. Majority of the games I watch were good. Only the last one, Joburg versus Cape Town. The quality was a little bit poor there, but everywhere else, 100%.
Awesome, thanks a lot, bro.
Sure, thanks so much.
Hey guys, welcome to the Daily Show. And I gave you guys a little intro of what I thought at the innings, but now we've got the conclusion of this particular match. It's the first semi-final of SA20, and we got to see quite an incredible match, I would say. It was a lot closer than some may have thought. Let's just get your thoughts. Let's start with you, Cooks. What was your thoughts and your experience at the semi-final?
I think, look at the cricket I think the big key was obviously the Capitals getting to 150. I thought, they struggled at first things. It showed how slow the wicket was. And I thought them getting to 150s was massive. You chase 150 on this wicket with the rain and how dry it's been. So, yeah, I think it was a great semi. Unfortunately, the Butlers, the Royals, didn't cash in for the Paarl Royals, and actually the better side in the whole tournament's actually in the final, which is well deserved for the Capitals.
Exactly what Cook said there. The number one team in the tournament, getting that victory to get into the final. It's well deserved, Abimbo.
Yeah, but we were worried that they were not going to make it in. My problem was with the 150. I thought that they were a couple of runs short, but you forget that they're number one for a reason. They're good at batting, they're good at bowling, and Anouk Nokia, you've got Ethan Bosch, bowled really well. You have Adil Rashid coming in, and they kind of always just kept on taking the wickets. Obviously, the problem with Paarl has always been that batting lineup. They just can't get it going. They didn't get it going. And as we were talking about earlier, they're guys who've stolen money in the SA20.
You're right. I'm looking at this particular lineup, and I've watched Paarl Royals, all their home games, etc. They've been messing around with that top order quite a bit, bringing people in, bringing people out, and moving Jason Roy around, Josh Butler around. It has been quite disappointing from them, I think. I really thought those World Cup winners were going to do something special. But I have to also give the Paarl Royals some credit for the way they've obviously played in this tournament. Particularly someone that I thought really stood out was Bjorn Fortuin, particularly at the beginning of this of this competition. From the Royals' perspective, Cooks, who are some of the players that you really thought played pretty well for their team?
I think obviously coming in the tournament, he had a bit quite of hype from us SA fans. I thought Evan Jones had a good tournament, especially with the ball. I thought he was threatening something. I wouldn't see much of him before this tournament, and there is a talent there which is exciting, and hopefully we do get to see more of the bat as his career progresses. But I thought Bjorn Fortuin, like you said, was outstanding. Giddy, I thought he was good as well. Especially when he started, it came like a house on fire. But I think it's hard to look past Josh Butler and David Miller. I think for me, seeing Josh Butler live and some of the innings he played, just like there's times where you get a 70 or 50 balls because the wicket's slow. There's times like last night where it's a blitzkrieg, and just seeing the quality and seeing what makes him one of the best T20 batsmen in the world, and seeing it live for a month, for me is probably they stand out.
Now, I have to ask you a question. We've spoken about this hectically when the guy didn't get picked up in the SA20 initially. We did an article in Cricket Fanatics magazine monthly, which you guys can get if you go to the description. It's the SA20 edition, where we said a career revival for Andile Peklekwaya. We interviewed him. We had a chat with him. He came straight into this team, and he's been doing pretty well for the Royals. What is your take on his performance in this SA20?
Look, I've always said Andile the bowler is a very good bowler, and he's good enough to be to actually compete against the Lungis and the Kagisos because of all the variety and the skills that he has. And I think he's the most skillful out of all that Proteas setup. The batting's always been the problem, and that's the issue for me. But the fact that he's putting a guy like Corbin Bosch on the bench, that tells me a lot. Obviously Corbin Bosch was a marquee player. He wasn't. He obviously didn't make it into SA20, and everyone said, no, that's international standard, and all of those discussions we had after the auction. But he's come back, got in that wild card spot, and he cemented that place in that side as a frontline bowler for them, and I think for me that's one thing we mustn't write off, is that if Andile bats as an 8 and is one of your frontline bowlers, you're in a good spot.
100%. Now I want to ask you about the vibe. You've seen it firsthand, traveling around the country. Yeah. Just tell us about your experience in the SA20 from a vibe perspective, talking to some of the fans, etc., and being involved with this tournament, Cooks.
Yeah, it's been it's been insane. Full stadiums. I've been lucky enough to obviously to have gone to all the grounds, and it's been sold out to everyone. Seeing people have not seen Kings meet like that for years, and seeing it so full. I moved to Joburg last year, so it's the first time I was experiencing a full bull ring, which is incredible. It also I think for me it's also the vibe amongst people outside of the game, and I hear a lot more people going like, hey guys, are we going to cricket? And people even think that likes cricket. Now they're going like, guys, are we going to cricket? Are we getting tickets. Now cricket's become that fun social thing again, where, I mean, if you guys know, unfortunately, the domestic stuff, it hasn't been like that. It's been, you come watch cricket at a domestic game, it's us three and those at the bar. So it's like, now there's a vibe. People want to come and watch cricket, and which has been amazing. I mean, the ticket prices have been amazing. I mean, the vibe, the entertainment. I mean, what more would you want from T20 cricket in this country? And my only hope is that long may it continue, and people are going to watch now. They've seen the Evan Joneses, they've seen the Bjorn Fortuins, they've seen that we have talent in this country. The Lewis Duplo, come down and watch them. They play every week, so like they're right here. So people, hopefully, we get more people coming down and watching our domestic cricket as well.
So let me ask you the question of the standard of cricket. Have you been impressed with the standard of cricket in this tournament?
Look, I've always said that the MSL had a really good standard of cricket, but you needed some of the international players to step up the standard. Some did, some didn't. But for me, it was a lot of the Proteas who actually stepped up the standard, which kind of tells you that actually we're on a good wicket. I think there have been some great games. There haven't been a lot of one-sided games. And they've been tight. A lot of the games here at the ballroom were quite tight. Well, the Super Kings don't know how to bat after number 3. But my only thing was the bowling needs to be a lot better. I think team compositions need to be thought out well. I'm talking to you, Durban Super Giants. And yeah, I think for me that it'll get better as it comes along. I think guys had ideas. Guys were picked on maybe reputation. I think maybe in the next couple of seasons you'll be seeing a lot more nuanced thinking, building teams who can play away from home, because the only problem was that the one team that's in the final was the team that played well away from home and was the team that adapted the best with the batting. And so you're going to have to find ways to find those players from around the world. And I do think you saw the influx of Australian players coming in the second half. You might get a lot more Australian players actually saying, I don't need to play the second half of the Big Bash. I'm going for the full SA20 experience. So it's going to be quite interesting to see how that goes. A lot of England players might come through. I'd like to see Joe Root play here. Yeah. I think Joe Root's a great T20 player. Maybe even a Ben Stokes, if it's possible.
Harry Brook.
Well, they denied us Harry Brook here at the Wanderers. But yeah, so for me, that's what I'm thinking. And yeah, it's gonna go from in leaps and bounds. There's a lot of uncertainty. We've seen 3 iterations of this T20 tournament, and a lot of players are also, was uncertain. Now you can see even with the signings of the Duckett guy at Durban, Matthew Wade, guys are now starting to say, hey, yeah, we're here.
So that's an excellent summary, guys, of the semi-final and of the SA20 as a whole. Thanks, Cooks. Thanks, Paul, for coming on the show. I'm sure that, obviously, because of the pitches as well, and for next season, I think for the next tournament, of course, I think that will be a lot more different, because it won't be so on top of each other, the fixtures, because of the Women's World Cup, etc. And we haven't really seen pitches that we are used to with regards to South African conditions at every single ground. I mean, Newlands looked a little bit slower than normal. Wanderers was turning Wanderers like it was crazy. So I'm hoping that will be a little bit better for next season. But guys, thanks a lot for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you again tomorrow with another daily show. Peace out.